My name is Cassidy Taylor. This is for COM 101, and this is my informative speech. And today is July 25th, and here are my 5x8 note cards. And then here's my audience. Have you ever listened to a friend's story of recovery and heard them use the phrase, "I was sick and tired of being sick and tired," or "I decided to let go and let God"? If so, you have most likely come in contact with someone from AA. According to AA.org, Alcoholics Anonymous was co-founded by Bill W. and another man named Bob Smith. In December of 1934, Bill W. experienced a spiritual awakening due to living certain principles, due to certain lifestyle principles. He learned these principles from his friend Ebby, who was a part of the Oxford group. And the Oxford group was a group, the Oxford group was a religious movement in the beginning of the 1900s. So there were certain principles in the Oxford group, and these principles required its members to perform a self-inventory, admit their wrongs, make amends to people they've hurt, and then to carry the message to others. So in 2009, AA had approximately 1.3 million members, according to an addiction research report written by a man named John Kelly. And in that report, John Kelly states, Alcoholics Anonymous is the most commonly sought source of help for alcohol-related problems. So because alcoholism is such a common problem, you most likely have come in contact with someone from AA. So after Bill W. had a spiritual awakening, in an attempt to continue to try to live the principles that he learned, he shared the message with other alcoholics still suffering, and eventually went on and co-founded Alcoholics Anonymous. So Alcoholics Anonymous, there's certain principles that were the foundation of the program. And these principles are attending meetings, working the 12 steps, and sharing the message with other alcoholics that still suffer. So attending meetings. This is how Alcoholics Anonymous works. So attending meetings is, according to an article written by PhD Michael Gross. The article is titled, Alcoholics Anonymous, Still Sober After 75 Years. All participation in AA is voluntary. This means that making the coffee in the meetings is voluntary, running the meeting is voluntary, sharing in the meeting, and even cleaning up after the meeting is voluntary. So a newcomer could literally come in, drink the free coffee, listen to the message, and leave, and it would be acceptable. Something that members of AA gain from attending meetings is that they listen to others' shares, and they gain experience. They listen to their experience, and then they gain hope from listening to their experience. Another thing that AA meetings offer is they provide an opportunity to make friends with people who are also trying to recover, and in doing so, you also gain a support group. So in addition to attending meetings, working the 12 steps is a very big part of AA. And in an article written by Nicole Monaco on alcohol.org, she states, AA's 12-step approach follows a set of guidelines designed as steps toward recovery, and members can revisit these steps at any time. So aspects of the 12 steps that assist people in recovery are having a relationship with a higher power and having a reliance on a higher power. The 12 steps help its members correct character defects. It also assists and encourages members to make amends to people that they've hurt. And then it encourages members to share the message of recovery. So in addition to attending meetings, working the 12 steps, sharing the message is also a very big part of the fellowship and sharing the message of recovery. So how this is done is by sponsorship. AA believes in, AA encourages its members to have a sponsor, and a sponsor is someone who has worked the 12 steps and understands them, and a sponsor basically helps someone else in recovery work the 12 steps and is also just support for them in their recovery. Another way that people share the message of recovery is by just simply sharing in a meeting, because it gives other people, especially newcomers, hope for their future. And then oftentimes Alcoholics Anonymous will bring meetings into jails and institutions, and sometimes in the form of a panel meeting, which is different alcoholics sharing their experience to maybe give someone hope that there is a chance at recovery. So in conclusion, I've now talked about how, by whom, and when Alcoholics Anonymous was founded. In addition, I've talked about Bill W., his struggle with alcohol, and how he found recovery, and I've talked about the aspects of AA, which include attending meetings, working the 12 steps, and sharing the message of recovery. So because AA protects the anonymity of its members, you've most likely come in contact with someone from AA and may have not even known it. And you never really know what someone has been through unless they've told you. And who knows, it could even be the CEO of the company you work for, attending the Friday night meeting, making coffee, and welcoming newcomers. So that's all.
All right.
And here's my note cards. And then here's my audience one more time.